This week podcast is a little bit special because I am talking about my first two videos I ever made for the channel. But the thing is, I'm making this is going to be a separate part of the video because I'm going to say this right now. The audio sucks. I'm trying OBS for the first time, like a second time. Actually, I'm lying. For a second time, and the audio is like, but like it's so listenable. I just watched through it and I fucking cringe hard. Anyway, I just want to say thank you for sticking with me for a year, even though it's probably just one person. You know who we are, maybe two, I don't know. Again, I just want to say thank you, and this is like Happy New Year, Happy Celebration. I want to go back and look at this video next year and fucking cringe hard as well. Anyway, enjoy this fucking mess, cause I know I did.
Hello and welcome back for something completely different, something special, I could say. This is a new year. By the way, this is like the first time I'm recording for this year, so that's something cool. And this week is special for me because it's my 1-year anniversary for the channel. AL-Miya, the name I gave it. Fun fact, AL-Miya is actually based on the name Aldia from Dark Souls 2. I just changed the words a bit around to make it sound more exotic, I guess I can say. And in the result, I got a fucking Caribbean porn name, but I still like it. I think it sounds cool, so I'm gonna roll with it. And speaking of Dark Souls 2, my first video, also when I mean anniversary, I mean the week I uploaded the video I uploaded. My first one, which is a commentary video on Dark Souls 2, and which was based on a commentary on Dark by the theSMonroeShow. And yeah, and it's special. It's like it was not released. It was released on the 6th of January. And the thing is, though, that video was in production for so long. It's funny, really. I remember I first watched the video, and it was like, I thought it was okay. I haven't played through any of the Dark Souls games, so I really can't tell. But I thought it was okay because I have nothing to base on because I haven't played a single Dark Souls video. So I saw it once, that's it, and never thought of it again. Until I got into Dark Souls. With Dark Souls 2 obviously, and then Dark Souls 3, Bloodborne, and then Sekiro, and then the first Dark Souls game. And it's like, that's how I got into From Software. And the thing is, though, I am gonna cover it, and I'm gonna be reacting to the first video because there's a lot of funny stories about it. But I feel like, oh yeah, I want to talk about it, and it's for like a celebration, okay? And the thing is, though, this year for the channel, it makes me really happy. I am happy I started that channel, but I wish I've done more of it, like during the beginning. Like I mentioned before, even though I released on the 6th of January, I was writing that script for Dark Souls 2 for like all the way back in July of 2018, I remember. Because they're like, it was my first video, I want to try to be good as possible. And while the video is not good, like a lot of editing, a lot of audio could be so much better, even now. I'm so proud of it nonetheless. And it's not like it's an amazingly uploaded site, it's not really popular, but I'm glad I put it out and people liked it, even someone disliked it. I'm happy that people are actually watching the video. But I remember the week I uploaded, I was an anxious mess. I'm like, I'm literally putting my voice out to thousands of people out there, even though I only had like around 100 views for me. Once it broke 100 views, that Dark Souls 2 video, I was so happy, not gonna lie. And like, it holds a special place to my heart, even though there's a lot of audio things I could fix, even the editing, which I found funny, which I want to talk about. By the way, this is all live. This is a fucking live one. I do not have a script ready. I'm just gonna take up the video and put it up, and I'll just make fun of myself because I'm really good at that. Fun fact, the day I uploaded the video, 6th of January, it was literally the same day, someone uploaded another video which was a commentary on theSMonroeShow. Demetrius, that's his name. And I'm like, wait, all the day I decided to fucking upload the video, someone else makes a really bad video about him, and it's like, That video was something about like the LGBTQ community or something. I don't know what it was about, but I remember seeing it and I'm like, why did you upload today of all days? I'm not fucking blaming the guy who uploaded it, but it's like, what are the chances really? And like, I remember going through the script so many times. Like I still remember like the beginning part really well, not gonna lie. And it was like I know nothing about audio making, like editing at all. So when I was doing the Dark Souls 2 video, it was a whole new experience. There's so much stuff that I learned, and I'm still learning to this day, even though I do not have enough time to do it. Like I only managed to do 2 videos, which I scripted and did audio and everything. And I'm going to cover them. The first one being the Dark Souls 2 one, obviously, which is like the biggest one, which was like half an hour long. And the other one was about Pokemon, and it's like, that's when it's so much worse than the first one, but I'll get into that. Anyway, I guess I'll just start with, talking about it. Let me just set it up right here. Okay. Right off the bat, I want to mention this whole like just Dark Souls 2, like the start menu screen. It took me so long to set it up right. I don't know why. It was my first time editing. Like I had a basic idea how I want the video to start and be, and the beginning part took the longest. It's dumb, I know, but like this is not the only dumb thing I do with the editing. Anyway, grab like a nice coffee with you, add a little bit of liquor in it to make it taste better, even though it's almost 8 o'clock at night, but like grab a nice drink and let's make fun of me. So you can hear the audio going absolutely mental. It's been cute.
Existence or make claims by the theSMonroeShow. So let's talk about it. Also, I know the video is already a year old, but I do think it captures all the complaints people have with this game. And hey, better late than never, you know? And for some clarification.
Better late than never? That was literally my entire excuse. Like, oh, should I upload the video? It's gonna be like 2 years old. Like the time I released it to the original upload. Also, the title Dark Souls 2 isn't bad. You'll watch as being. I'm proud of that. That's funny in my opinion. And the thing is, I'm not a fucking massive Dark Souls 2 fan. I just think Dark Souls 2 is okay. I do think it's better than Dark Souls 1. Because I believe Dark Souls 1 is one of the weakest games in the series, but that's just me. And a lot of people disagree with me. But I still think Dark Souls 2 is an okay game.
I played through Scholar of the First Sin Edition, and with the gameplay he showed, I presume he did as well. Anyway, let's start.
I felt it necessary because I do believe I have something to add to this discussion, but do know I am going to go over some points you might have already heard, as this is my comprehensive opinion of the game.
Oh, we're gonna use those words later. Trust me.
Also, like how you can tell the fucking quality difference between the original one and mine. I don't know how to fucking compress videos, by the way. I know like basic understanding, and sometimes the quality absolutely dies on me. I don't know how I do it, but it just happens. It was more prominent in that Pokemon one, and I'll get to that.
Much like when going into Dark Souls 1, I did have my perceived notions of the game, but I did go into it with an open mind. However, I was immediately left with a bad taste in my mouth. One of the very first cutscenes I encountered having started the game was a group of old women telling me how hard the game was and how I'm going to lose my souls over and over. This cutscene embodies everything wrong with this game in my opinion. It's difficulty for difficulty's sake, it's not trying to be fair, it is a caricature of the series.
That's one.
I actually really liked the cutscene. It took a while for me to appreciate. Like I remember playing through Dark Souls 2 for the first time. I played like the beginning part, and then I dropped the game completely until like a couple of months later when my friend bullied me to finish it. But going back to that cutscene sometimes later, I realized it's really good. It tells the entire plot of the game and how hollowing works.
One way of looking at the cutscene at face value, I guess. The old hag's name's being Strowen.
Oh my god, I remember this so much. I remember I originally planned on like, I googled it and then I found out that's their name. I think it was only in the official guidebooks. And I wanted like, oh, when I mention their name, it's just gonna pop on top of them so people will know which is which. And then I spent like 20 minutes just writing their names and thinking, oh yeah, I totally nailed it. And then when I played back, they all appear at the same time. And I'm like, yeah, I spent 20 minutes trying to do that. And it looks okay, so I'm gonna go with them.
Oral and Briand are talking about the undead curse, a big focal point
Of me just being adorable.
of the game's lore and some characters. You're gonna die over and over since you're an undead. This is something he doesn't seem to mention at all, is the story of the game and its character. Something I believe Dark Souls 2 does pretty well.
I do stand by that point. Dark Souls 2 lore is one of the best ones in the series.
Sure, he might not care about that, and that's okay, but the cutscene holds more than, well, you're gonna die because it's hard. Anyway, this is also the only and last time he mentions any characters or cutscenes, so that's something.
This might not seem like a
Honestly, the first point I am proud of. It's like, I'm better.
big issue, but when attacks and animations have a lot of wind-up naturally, you imagine more weight to them. So this combination feels jarring in a way not only in feel, but looks as well. This could in part be attributed to them using mocap for this game unlike the rest of the Souls series, which never happened again, probably for good reason.
Sadly, yes. Some of the animation in this game look really cool, and are improvement from Dark Souls 1, the backstab animations being an example, and they also vary for each weapon type as well. Also, casting magic has a nice feel to it.
I remember this scene. I remember and then freaking have a clip of me using the magic, and I'm like, I'm just gonna take some random guy's video of the internet and just write them in the description. I didn't even ask for permission, I just took it.
And then look at the Fume Knight Greatsword in 3 compared to 2. If that's not a tragedy, I don't know what is.
Well, funny thing about this whole area where you fight, in Pontiff Solomon's arena, you can see a carpet and then just a stone floor. The same thing for the old Dragon Slayer, the Cathedral of the Blue. There's concrete and then there's a carpet. In Dark Souls 2, when you hit the stone and the carpet, now when you just hit the stone and then you hit the carpet, they both have different sound effects. Like, when you hit it, it sounds like you're hitting concrete. But when you hit the carpet, it sounds like you're hitting carpet. Does that make sense? It's like they have two different fucking sound clips. And that's like a nice detail. Dark Souls 2, a game which is newer than Dark Souls 2, doesn't have that. Like, when you hit the carpet and the concrete, they do the same little anime sound effect. The thing I liked about Dark Souls 2 animation, like, you can see the characters sometimes lose their balance. And, like, you can just see the hands flip because, like, it's a really heavy weapon. It needs an ultra great sword, and I fucking love the Fume Knight Great Sword, by the way. Yeah, and the only reason I realized that, like, I noticed that was because I'm going through the audio and I'm like, wait, why the hell doesn't Dark Souls 3 has audio for hitting carpet?
Dark Souls 1 might have its issues in a few specific instances, but on
Yeah,
the
it is about
majority, it's a
hitboxes.
case of how well its hitboxes are designed. Though even if we ignore the comparison to other games in the series, it's embarrassing how poor Dark Souls 2's hitboxes are at a base level. You can be completely out of visual range of an attack, and yet you can still find yourself getting hurt. This problem seems to be especially prevalent in command grab-like attacks.
I remember I had an entire fucking point talking about, like, yo, I agree that sometimes Dark Souls 2 has bad hitboxes, but I think it would have been a better point if you talk about the grab animation, how, like, even though you hit it, the game forces you to go through the entire animation about getting grabbed and then hit. And then I fucking watched the video again and I'm like, oh, he does mention that, and I'm just fucking dumb. Good job, me. I had to cut an entire part of the video. It wasn't long, but it's like, you should probably listen.
But these absurd disjointed hitboxes can be seen even in the most basic moves. Command grabs just look the most jarring
I feel like it hits him, like, you can see it's, okay, that's just me beginning it, and it's like,
because they actively teleport you back into the attack. In fact, a lot of times I received damage, it came as a complete shock to me. Not only because of the hitboxes, but a lot of other poor design choices.
Wait, I'm pretty sure you just hit, like, the camera angle was just wonky and you just don't know how to dodge. And the thing is with his videos, I think talking about this video, by the way, is like he uses so many different clips that I don't know if it's from him or from other people. He does mention in the description he borrows from 3 different people, I think, or 4. But the thing is, most of them have so many different armor and stuff, and different covenants and different so many weapon types. And I'm like, is it true that it came only from 4 people? I feel like there's more to it. He showed more clips from other people just to make it seem worse than it is. Just a conspiracy.
Hitboxes can be bad, but Dark Souls 1 is
Amazing fucking audio, even though this is not better, but like, that was so good in the beginning.
isn't any better, and it's kind of disingenuous when you don't even use clips from your own stream, and use others to make it seem worse than it is. At least when I say Dark Souls 1 hitboxes are worse, I use my own clips, like these.
Literally the entire point was made because I was playing through Dark Souls 1 at the time, and oh my god, the hitboxes were absolutely the worst. Like, look at that. Just, it went through him, it happened so many times. Actually, that's an example of a good hitbox, that's just me being dumb. I love this one though. He doesn't even hit me, he doesn't even touch me. And he was like, what? And this one, it just went through him. Thing is, I don't know if it's because it's the Switch version and the Switch version is less or something. That could be it. Like, bad in a way. the thing is, I'm pretty sure it's because the enemy is going through a dodge animation, and the game is like it has an invincibility frame, even though it's like the fucking thing is going through his entire body, man. Happens a lot as well. Look at that. Like Ornstein, it's like I hit you. What the hell? The one with Artorias is my favorite, by the way. That's actually an example of the boss. What am I saying? Like, look at that. He did an attack, and then literally the tip doesn't even touch me in the game. It's like, yep, you got hit, hun. It's just like. And this one, his jump attack is one of the worst one ever because like I'm gonna roll underneath. No, it's just like it's not a fucking strategy, and that's why I do not like Artorias as a boss. By the way, it happens twice as well. But my favorite one is the one that I go through the elevator. It's just like something hit me. I don't know what. It just.
How is this a Dark
Hello?
Souls 2 issue? If you can handle Dark Souls and Demon Souls, then Dark Souls 2 shouldn't be a problem. I know that later he says that we should be moving forwards and not backwards, but he doesn't even bother mentioning what the game did right and fixed from the past games, like a better UI, bonfire warping, a solid frame rate, overall animation improvement, better cognitive.
Which is the thing with a lot of Dark Souls 2 negative videos about like commentaries. I mean, they're just overly negative.
And new additions like bonfire.
I do stand by the point Dark Souls 2 just has the better fashion. The same with Bloodborne. Those two games have amazing fashion.
Aesthetic, power stance, dual wielding, covenants not just for PvP, and a way for level recollection. Why so negative? Controls can be an issue, but that isn't a reason to hate a game. An example being Dark Souls 1 itself.
One thing I'm not really happy about with my video is that the fact that
Oftentimes,
a lot of my points boils down, like you can just seem as though I'm saying Dark Souls 2, Dark Souls 1 does it, why you give that a pass? And I'm like, that's not a really good point in my opinion. It's like, that's just dumb. Even when people defend Dark Souls 2, they're like, oh, but in Dark Souls 1, it's like, we're talking about Dark Souls 2, not Dark Souls 1. I really do not like comparing these two games. And some people fucking compare Dark Souls 2 to Bloodborne and Dark Souls 2, which makes me mad.
as I felt like characters wielding a sword or a spear actually had a stick in their hand, waving it around like a small child, because there was just so little weight conveyed through the weapon.
Like, I don't like that his swipes make no sound.
His swipes make sound. Honestly, I have no idea what he went through. They're fucking low, but it's like, it's their hunt. Also, the animation, it's just like, it shows it's a spear.
That's really weird. Like, it feels like it's just that there's no weight on that thing. This is bad.
I hate that fucking line. Like, this is bad. It's like, bitch, you're just fucking copying everyone else right now.
I'll give him the
I'm so sorry for being negative. That is not my fucking point here. I want to make fun of myself.
benefit of the doubt because it is
That's why I cut his tail. Proud of that, not gonna lie.
quite low, but shouldn't the animation convey that enough? Also, it's a spear.
I say also a lot. I just realized, I'm like, do I have any better alternative also? Nope.
Last time I checked, spears aren't that heavy to use. And no more examples? Just that one? Okay, sure, but I won't take your word for it. Your claim is also for the player character, but you only show one example, and it was towards a boss.
Because I can do this a lot. He talks a lot, but I get confused easily, so I'm like, I'm just gonna cut the part of it and then speed it up. And like thinking back about it, that was a bad idea because this keeps it's keep going. I could have cut this way shorter, but nope, I'm just fucking leaving it as it is. I'm like, good job, me. Everyone likes to listen to fucking high-pitched voice. I'm so good at this YouTube thing. Oh god, it's so going. There's like multiple of this. Also, yeah, I just noticed it now when we're watching this. He's like, why does the game, like, he said something about, like, I should not be putting adaptability in the beginning of the game. I was like, then don't, do whatever you want. The thing with Dark Souls as a whole is a series of Soulsborne games. You can put it wherever you want.
And get good scrub.
Yeah, I had to drop my mic there. It went on the floor. And then a couple of months later, I had to get a new mic. That was a fun day.
In all seriousness though,
Also, I dropped that mic. Oh, I realized.
ADP is so series more than just iframe. And are we gonna forget about resistance in Dark Souls 1? If you didn't know about it, you probably wasted souls on it. Souls you can never get back. Doesn't it feel like as though it was added just to make the game feel harder than it actually is? Either way, you get a lot of souls into compared to the other games, so leveling up adaptability isn't that big of an issue, no matter the build you're going for. It is bad that it's tied to iframes though, that's for sure.
And the walk up to Draglandic Castle.
Every time someone mispronounced John Lake, it saddens me. Oh, this isn't a point, I just fucking like the way John Lake sounds.
Yeah, I can pronounce that just fine, but any other words I just fucking butcher. Like later on when I say encourages, I have no idea what went through my mind.
They come off as incredibly lazy, with little thought put forward. It's a bunch of very basic hallways and rooms where you fight dudes or run past them until you have a pack following you. That's all there is to them. No clever use of the environment or enemy placement. They teach you nothing new about the game. It's like the Dark Souls 2 developers saw the parts of Dark Souls 1 where the team ran out of money, time, and just dropped a bunch of old bosses in the tunnels. Then thought, yeah, this is where the Dark Souls experience truly peaked. These areas are trash. They are the worst part of Dark Souls 1, and they are the worst part of this game as well.
I'm pretty sure there is someone out there that likes Lost Isles. I'm just saying, I don't know, one of them definitely. I remember playing through Lost Isles once and I'm like, no. But there's someone out there that might still love it.
No, that's not true.
Anyway, this point I am proud of. I think like, yo, it makes sense. This is just the blatant line of the game. I mean, Hades Tower and Draglandic Castle, all the three he mentioned, they have more to them than meets the eye. And for me, it felt like he was just lazy and did not went through.
You can use the Pharaoh's Lockstone to activate the light, or that shows you that some statues are enemies and that killing them close to a golem will activate them. A mechanic
I remember this one.
the level. They make you check your surrounding and rewards those who will take their time as well, but quality notwithstanding. These are the areas that you mentioned, but it shows that you don't take your time to notice your surrounding, or at least that's the impression you're making.
This filler that is only here to pad out
it's come later.
gameplay,
Absolutely
without
love
really
the
adding
dump
anything
that I make.
memorable or fun to the experience at all.
I thought facing Orenstein was cool and memorable. Also that Bone Dragon coming to life only to kill as well, but hey, that could be just me.
Oh, a fucking audio peak. That was just, gold.
The rest of Dark Souls 2's areas do not sink this low in quality, although it appears that there was still very little variety in how they chose to approach designing them. Tunnels, dudes, dudes, with a bunch of ambushes thrown throughout.
I just put all this together, like, yo, this can go to any Dark Souls game, and I wish I did 3, but with 3 I have a harder time recording because I do not have any official setup. I am planning on getting it one day, so like that's something to look forward to for the future. I do have a lot of things planned, by the way, and I mean this for January and something for February, which I hope I can set up by then. Anyway, I wish I did Dark Souls 3 because Dark Souls 3 does have its moment where it's just full of gangs for no reason. I used Dark Souls 1 because it was easier.
Throw off first-time players.
Same can be said about any other games in the series. Go, kill, ambush, kill, rinse and repeat, boom, you're done, way to go, moron. Also, the fact that I can change the clips and put from other games in this series doesn't help.
However, where they really start to lose me is how poorly thought out so many parts of the zones are. To me, it seems like a lot of recent critiques are overlooking these parts simply because they played the game so many times. Of course, now they know that using a torch to set fire to the windmills...
Actually, I think there's an NPC or an item description mentions this, but like apparently the iron part is covered in oil and that's why it's flammable. That's like a hint. Apparently, I never saw that hint. But there is an NPC who does point on the windmill. That's a hint.
Metal wheel in Earthen Peak would reduce the amount of poison in the boss room. It's not even something they'd have to actively think about during repeat playthroughs, but it's still as nonsensical as it was the first time. In general, Dark Souls 2's world does an extremely poor job of explaining its own rules and how to interact with it. Be it something like breakable walls or pushing stones down wells, these are things that tons of people...
Funny story, this YouTuber he shows, I think his name is something Digby or something like it. And he made a video about Super Mario Odyssey looking bad and lifeless or something like it. It was a really bad video about Super Mario Odyssey, like when it was announced. I just find it funny that he used a clip from a person like that. Honestly, the clip he shows, like he talks about, like, I didn't even know that. So my friend told me, that's why I knew it. But he also said that Super Mario Odyssey looks lifeless and dumb. So like, I think it's just funny.
Would never be able to figure out on their own without looking them up or finding a hint placed by another player.
Again, this is not a Dark Souls 2 thing. It's where the community comes into play to help each other and to give hints and tips. Even the director said that was the point of the first game.
So watch me fight the Fume Knight Greatsword using a shield and not using it once. I could have fucking dual-handed it. But I didn't. Because I'm dumb. I never use shields in the game, by the way.
How are you supposed to know how to gain access to the DLC in 1? Or how many illusory walls were in that as well? Or that you can skip most of Flight Town with the Master Key? Or to fight the Moon Presence in Bloodborne, you needed to consume 3/3 of an umbilical cord? Or to get into Hyborgian Jail was to get killed by kidnappers which only spawn once you killed an optional boss? Or where was the Untitled Graves located in
Fuck that lineup, you can fucking tell that easily.
Dark Souls 3? Or how easy to break most questlines in 3? Or I can keep going. Some of these are needlessly complicated and sometimes you needed to learn beforehand or the hard way. But hey, maybe I'm just a gay.
Okay, a funny story with the avatar. I drew this on a 3DS because I have no tablet or any other equipment that I can use to draw in. So I just used my 3DS because I had this fucking game, Pokemon Art Academy, that lets me draw. And I'm like, oh, that's perfect. I can just use this, make some fucking poses, and put them on my PC. Boom, whatever. And it worked for the most part. But the thing is, I had no idea how I should cut them or put them in the video. Now I know to use GIMP and make the background transparent to make it much, much easier. But I decided to use green screen and it fucking shows because you can see the fucking pride flag. The green is absolutely gone and you can see behind the fucking boss because like, I use green screen and I noticed it during production and I'm like, I don't care. I'm just gonna go through with it.
Dumb fuck, who knows? What I'm trying to get at is that Dark Souls 2 isn't the only game that does this, yet you argue as though it does.
Many of you are probably familiar
I fucking hate this point so much, by the way. It's like,
with the infamously unfair ogre that one-shots the player
one shot. Did you hear yourself?
for opening a certain door in Aldia's Keep. I've seen a few people try to defend this by saying that the ogre can be seen behind the door, but nothing in the entire game teaches you that something like this could even possibly happen.
Enemies were shown to be able to bust through some walls, like the Bane Digger in Harvest Valley and the Dark Dweller in Norman.
Should I use video clips of them doing it or just a fucking images? Guess what I did?
Wharf, pay attention.
Going by the precedent set throughout the series, the player should expect the ogre to just stand behind the door. Maybe
Out of all my playthrough of Dark Souls 2, and when I mean all, I mean just 3, I went through the area, I got hit by him a lot, but never fucking one shot. I feel like that's an over-exaggeration because look at that. Again, he shows it again. Why does it not play?
winding up a swing as it's being opened instead of just breaking through the door and instantly
I just fucking, like, it's not one shot. You know what one shot means?
ending a large portion of players.
I am happy I used the dictionary, by the way.
But what is in my opinion the worst example of this kind of contradictory design happens in the Iron Keep. Harvest Valley, an area
This point just makes me mad, by the way. The whole thing, the only reason I did this entire commentary video was because I was bitter, because I think most of his points were dumb, and people were fucking supporting them.
go through very shortly before reaching the keep, actively goes out of its way to teach you that sometimes it's necessary to take environmental damage to get items that are lying around. But then once you're at the keep, the game punishes you for doing exactly that. There are these little cooled off lava paths right in the first room of the zone, with items laying around them, and going with what you've learned in the previous areas of the
I'm pretty sure it's only in the beginning, like the one he shows in a little bit towards the left, right of the area. And the one in the middle of the Iron Cape, so like,
this path, it's not unreasonable to assume that this game would want you to quickly run to grab the
Yeah, the whole point about the lava and poison thing is dumb, and later on...
item
just
and run off
show.
again, but no. After taking a few quick, confident steps, you will die so quickly that you'll barely have time to realize what's going on. You've now lost a portion of your health bar and your souls are stuck in the lava.
Get good.
Like you said, it's lava, or magma. Anyway, last time I checked, fire is hot. And in the clip you're showing, the first instance of lava, there's a bonfire next to you. That's a cool way to show that, hey, lava
Again, I fucking peeked.
kills, watch out, compared to poison, which has a bar and everything. In short, lava is lava, poison is poisonous, who would have thunk it? Also, swords stab people, and just because it's a fantasy game doesn't change the fact that fire is fire, and poison is poison. This is also the same for Dark
Did I make it clear that fire is fire, by the way?
Souls 3, but hey, we're only talking about 2 here, guys.
And what I mean by that is, I mean during Dark Souls 3, when you go through Farron Keep, you have to be poisoned because you have to go through the swamp, okay? But then you go through Smoldering Lake, it is an optional area, but the further on you go, there is fucking lava everywhere, and then there's some items in it, and it's like, I can change the clips again, and your points, it's dumb.
A surprise or twist can be a...
So again, I'm so sorry that I'm insulting him. I don't hate him. It's just like, that was a bad point.
Good thing, but only if it's built in naturally. Cases like Iron Key clearly not existing in the world visually, then magically being there feels insulting. An example of Dark Souls 2's nonsensical world design being a positive that I've seen would be the moment you enter the Dragon's Eyrie. Cause it's like so cool and epic and you didn't see it coming at all.
What is this
And while this is
action
true,
so
it's
far
cool,
away?
unlike many of the subversions present in the game, that's also empty. It's a good moment in the most shallow sense. The Dragon's Eyrie could have been placed anywhere at any time within Dark Souls 2, and it literally wouldn't change anything about it. Dark Souls 3 has a comparable moment when you enter Irithyll for the first time. It's a beautiful sight, and unlike the Dragon's Eyrie, also manages to be geographically somewhat consistent and actually feels earned by the game. It wasn't just thrown in when someone on the team went, hey, you know what would look cool right now? It was built up with several encounters, dialogue pieces, lore bits, and yet it still manages to surprise as well as impress players. This is the difference between a carefully crafted moment and a lazy ass pull, exemplifying how pretty much all of Dark Souls 2 was put together compared to other games in the series.
Then what
Yeah, honestly, when you Dragon Airy, NPCs do mention like the guy in Iron Cave, Maglord, I think. I don't know how to pronounce old Greek English name, but still. He talks about being a dragon shrine somewhere far, and then like you have the Emerald Herald who's like, go visit a dragon far away, they will welcome you. And it's like, the game mentions them. And I think there's some item description, but
about Lake Castle? It had a good build-up with lore, and you can see it in the distance in Majula.
also he claims there's multiple times the game does it, and I'm like, where?
Or what about King Vetrix? Oh wait, this is Dark Souls 2. We don't talk about the good stuff the game does.
I do it again. Yeah, and it goes on for quite a while. I do not. I'm not like, yo, I should probably cut it, make it short so it's not fucking long. No, I just let it keep playing like this. Loud fucking chick bug voice. See? It's still going. And it's still going. Honestly, what is wrong with me? What was going through my mind? I was not thinking straight. At all.
I don't see this
There you
change as
go.
a positive. Like,
Oh my god. I just realized I fucking I just separated the audio, but I could fucking music going up fast, I think. Or is that in the original one as well? I don't know. It looks weird.
fail. Now the second you die, the game is asking you to do everything over again. This loop doesn't feel rewarding, it feels tedious.
Then maybe don't do that? I don't know. Some boss runs are horrendous, like for the Smelter Demon and for the Executioner Chariot, and I will never try to defend them. But acting as though only Dark Souls 2 does this is purely dumb. Boss runs like for Seath and Nito are hella annoying, and thank god those bosses were easy, cause I would have not went on with the game if so. Other examples being Dark Beast Parl.
Yeah, like my real issue with the point is like it's not a Dark Souls 2 issue. A lot of Soulsborne games have really bad run up, but no one talks about them because like it's not Dark Souls 2.
Trick, Bell Gargoyles, only a
Dark Souls 1.
I can ask the same thing for you.
I am proud of that clip where he's like,
This whole process is-
don't be such a dick.
It's made worse by how bonfires are handled. In all other games,
Oh my god, this whole point about bonfires. This is an amazingly bad one.
bonfires or equivalents feel like a reward after you complete an area or challenge. They're either directly in your path or spawn after a fight. For some perplexing reason, in Dark Souls 2 they decided to hide bonfires within the environment, so you're not even guaranteed to see them.
Original Dark Souls 2 idea, no other game's done it before, no siree.
Sometimes even behind illusionary walls or stone statues.
Bonfires? Behind illusory walls? Where on earth have I seen that before? Also, how dare a game reward exploration? By the way, I got a question for you. Did you play Dark Souls 1? In Dark Souls 1, there are 4 bonfires behind illusory walls. The first one in Quelaag's domain.
Yeah, my issue with that point was like, did you play through Dark Souls 1, man? Did you not notice the bonfire and even fucking areas behind the lizard walls? I'm like, that point is bad. And there's like people in the comment section. I'm planning on going through the comment section of the original video. And some people agree with him, and I'm like, you're agreeing with this fucking point right here?
Sure, this isn't even counting the areas.
This can lead to very frustrating situations similar to what I've described
Again, this over-exaggeration, by the way. It's like, oh my god, it can be so stressful. It's like, bitch, it's only 4.
earlier with bosses. If you die at any point while desperately searching for one of those hidden bonfires, guess what? You get to do this entire level all over again, with almost no shortcuts to speed things up at all.
There's only 3 hidden bonfires in illusory walls. And are these the points you think is adding to the mix? Really?
I do it again. I do it a fucking third time. I do not learn from the first two. I just do it again. I'm like, good job, me. I am a good editor. Oh, I'm still going. Oh, this coffee's getting great. Oh, still going. Hope the audio is okay. I'm using OBS for the first time and I'm playing around with the audio. I know it's not the best. It could be better. But like, I learned somehow, right? Oh my god, it's still going. And still going. It's like nothing crossed my mind. Like I should fucking cut it. Nope, it keeps going. Gotta fucking stretch it to the 30-minute mark. It seems. There you go.
Use it, they don't use it. I'm afraid it's that simple, really.
Yep, I might pick that
Same
up.
goes for humanity. If you think it breaks the game, then don't use it. And life gems still take time to use and slowly fills up your bar. So it still fits the whole time it good thing. And again, if you don't want to use it, then don't use it. Same thing for humanity.
I really am not a big fan of people who like, oh, live gems break the game like humanity. But the thing is, the game never forces you on them. It's like, you want to use them, use them. You don't want to use them, fucking don't. It's like, I'm not gonna fucking complain when a game gives me an optional thing to do.
With life gems being a heal over time, you can perform any other action
Like, why
while almost
complain, I mean?
passively being kept alive. Being able to deactivate your brain and face tank nearly every attack in the game by popping a bunch of gems at once trivializes fights to a ridiculous degree. It is fine if you enjoy this kind of system. I obviously can't change how anyone personally feels about it, but understand at that point, you don't enjoy fighting whatever boss you're up against, you enjoy pressing R1 a bunch of times.
That's a really bad point because there might be someone out there who does enjoy doing them. People play games for a different reason, but he's acting as though like, no.
Lastly, and maybe most importantly, they encourage grinding in a very unhealthy way.
No, it doesn't. The game doesn't force you to fucking grind. If you do grind, then you do it. I like grinding in other games because they reward something more, like in Dark Souls 2 and all the Souls games, really. I usually grind just to get some armor sets.
It's the same issue I've had with humanity in Dark Souls 1, where if you felt unable to overcome any challenge in the game, you can simply kill a bunch of dudes, buy 99 gems, remove your dodge button, and tank every swing that's thrown at you in an area. It's also
Again, what's wrong is someone wants to play like that.
so important to note that grinding for these is a super simple process, unlike humanity.
You don't know how someone wants to play or tell how to enjoy the game, nor do I. Don't act like a pompous twat.
It took me like 10 fucking different recordings just to say pompous right. Like, English is a hard language, guys.
Again, then don't use it. It's that simple. It's like summoning. It helps you on your journey, it makes stuff easier, and at points the game encourages you. Does that mean you should use it then? Since the game encourages you?
See, English is a great language. I'm so good at it. I hear the fourth time you thought it was done? Nope. Thank God it's not as long as the others, I think. Oh god, no, wait, it's the same length. God damn it. Wow. And it's still going. Watch it go. Honestly, this video could have been like 5 minutes shorter if I decided to cut this fucking clip in half. Yep, it's still going. It's still going. What the fuck was I smoking when I was doing this?
The escape wins from straight.
Feeble cursed one.
I really fucking love him.
God, I love him.
I know it's not a solution. To be honest, it's like a small bandage to a big scar, but it's something. Even with the soul memory being a horrible system,
Oops.
the PvP is still a massive improvement from the past games, and it's really solid even to this day, even with the newer games and how bad soul memory is. But so far, you did.
Yeah, honestly, when people say like, oh, PvP is great in Dark Souls, and people go like, oh, the soul memory, it did not stop it from having the best PvP in the series, apparently. I don't know about PvP, I never tried them, even when I do have a fucking PlayStation Plus membership for some reason. I never do it online.
Didn't even bother to mention any improvement the game did about the PvP or anything else, and the only one to blame is me to expect something different.
Be it the levels, bosses,
Wait, how is the covetous demon a disorganized boss? It doesn't come out of nowhere, and its lore is tied to the whole area and to a boss. The fight itself is a little towards the easy side, sure, but disorganized, it is not.
I fucking defended the covetous demon.
To end things off, I'm sure this will come as a surprise to no one, but to me Dark Souls 2 is not just a bad Souls game, it's
I fucking hate that statement so much. It's not a bad game, it's a bad Souls game. With that logic, Dark Souls 1 is a fucking bad Souls game.
a bad game. So many of its issues are just inexcusable when it comes to the core design. I truly feel this game has seen some resurgence in positive feedback due to people playing it over and over again.
Maybe they fucking love the game. Hard thing to imagine.
And becoming used to the bullshit design.
Or maybe they like the game.
Also, watch me run up for Sir Aloy and do not fucking show him at all. It's like, I could have just not leave it, I could have left it black. But I decided not to.
I know, hard to believe, but some have different opinions than you and enjoy the other stuff the games give. I know, how can they?
Sure, you can argue all you want that once you know all of this info, that it improves the quality of the game. My second playthrough was more enjoyable, but it also comes back to what I said about the controls earlier. It was because I was properly equipped to understand and know its misgivings, but that doesn't make the game good. You should not be judging a game by your 20th playthrough. There is just so much hidden information that the game never teaches you.
Every time I hear that point, I get mad. I feel like this fucking joke perfectly captures how I feel.
The Dark Souls series is known for the lack of information it gives.
The last thing he said, actually, is not like this is the second thing that made me like, I am so close to make a commentary video, but his next statement just like,
To the player. What
Isaac.
the hell are you on about?
And this would be the part of the video where I try to end it positively. I could say something like, this debate has been going on for years, clearly showing that there's no definitive answer.
Also, what I'm about to say has nothing to do with him as a person or this video or anything about Dark Souls 2, but the thing is, ever since I went to the Navy and I had to cut my hair short, every time I see someone with long hair, I fucking get mad.
Whether Dark Souls 2 is good or not. Some people are just gonna like it, and some people won't. But, you know, some people also enjoy eating shit, so enjoy your piece of shit, guys. Don't let me stop you just because I'm right.
Whoa, so how high do you have your head up your ass then?
That fucking line right there took me like a lot of tries just to get it right, and I am happy with the end results. Honestly, this last statement he made is like, wow, that was so bad. Like, really, honestly, if you do not have a point that literally complain about Bonfire being hidden behind illusory walls, I would have taken it seriously. But nope, you also made a fucking point of an instant kill attack, which was not an instant kill attack, and it shows in the clips. It's like, I
thought the video is old because it doesn't like the game. I'm pretty sure.
Oh god, that's fucking bright. Anyway, yeah, so that was like my first video, and I put a lot of work into it because like I was really, really nervous making it because I'm addressing someone way bigger than me, and like
Sure he does. But that ending part.
I was nervous because like I'm really putting it out for like how many people, and the fact that it is positively received, I guess. I did get some likes, and I am really happy about that. But as a whole, while there's a lot of editing and audio thing I can fix about it, I'm still happy with the end results. And I'm glad that, especially once the video hit 100 views, for me that was such a big personal achievement. It means like, holy crap, people actually watch it and they agree with me, even someone disagree with me, which I am happy. Like, let's see if I can find that. I don't have anything else. Like, I remember I recorded this last part in a fucking car because I didn't want to wake up my parents, so that's nice. My family, I mean, but still. There's nothing else to talk about.
Anyway, thank you for watching.
Sorry about that abrupt cut, but now, where was I? Yeah, I was like, I'm happy. Let me just bring it up here. Like, let me just. Overall, I am glad about the views, and some, like, 4 fucking people, only one of them I know, so like 3 complete strangers liked this video. They saw all of it, all of it, and they were like, yeah, we think it was okay. And then they have this one guy like, shout out for you as well, I guess, but still. Also, I used this one. My friend said it's good. I have no idea what it does. Anyway, and once I've got this comment right here, it made me really happy. So I'm like, fuck, someone listened to me and thought I did good. And then at this point, we're just like, okay, well, I don't care if the English is good. Like, damn. That really just made my day. And overall, why the video, like, there's going to be a lot of improvement. I am so happy about it. No doubt about it. And yeah. For my first video, while I do want to go back to it, there's so much other stuff I want to fix about it. But overall, I am happy about it. Anyway, and looking at the original upload by that guy, I am glad compared to his other videos though, it did get more dislike. It means like, oh my god, people are actually listening. And I'm like, yo, we disagree. And honestly, this comment section are just, wow, really? It's like, and then people mentioned I don't know nothing about HP Bomber guy. I never see any of his video. I started watching his Dark Souls 2 one, the defense one, but then I got bored. So I started watching it. And actually, I think it's this guy. I don't know how to pronounce his name. He made like a 10-hour-long video response to that video. And in my opinion, and I'm like, I'm gonna start watching it because it seems interesting. It's like 10 hours long. I have watched longer videos than that, but I'm like, 10 hours long, it's pretty good. And I just click on a random one of the playlist, and he complained about the AI freaking out. A problem that's apparent in most other Soulsborne game. And he made it, and he just dragged out, and I'm like, yep, I do not think it was good, and then stop. I do want to go look at them one day, but that day is not today. It's just too long, man. It's like, there's some weird points here as well, but like, I'm not gonna get into it. I don't want to, but like, most of them are just this, by the way. I guess it's time to look at my second video. The Pokemon one, which was which I commentated on Manga Game Kamen. I don't know how to fucking pronounce it. I like this dude's video, no doubt about it. But like, one of the main issues, like, I don't know what happened. I don't know why it only goes up to 3060p. I don't know what happened. Like, honestly though, this whole editing, I literally did all of this video one day because I was bitter. When I first watched his video, I was just like, no, no. So I guess let's like get more into about it, I guess. Yep, alright, whoops.
Why does nobody talk about Pokemon Sun and Moon? At least that's what it's.
The good thing about it is like I fucking slightly improved my audio.
Seems like. Which I'm going to answer right away, and that is because it's a mainline Pokemon title. And the new.
I have no idea why I fucking show a split-second explanation why I'm showing fucking Persona.
I'm going to answer right away, and that is.
Like, it's just there for a split second. I did not live it longer. I don't know what the hell was wrong with me. And it's like, it's pure white, so it's hard to look at as well. It's like, what the hell was I smoking? So why is it so big? What was wrong with me? And the funny thing is, I had the resolution wrong during Premiere Pro. Like, this game, I forgot to make it scale to fit. So the words were much bigger than the actual video, and I only noticed it during the fucking preview, and I'm like, fuck, I need to go through this, even though it's only 10 minutes long. That was annoying.
Pokemon title, and the newest one was just released last year, and that game being a topic all of its own, but this sort of things happens to pretty much all the new generation that ever comes
Which I still stand by that.
out. What do I mean? I'm gonna use generations 3, 4, and 5 as examples. While my reasons might seem weird at first, if you ever grow up with these generations, you might
guess in the
see
beginning
why
part it's
maybe
okay.
wherever animation, no connectivity from past games,
Again, see, I just fucking used pure white. What the fuck was I thinking?
and so forth and forth so. Nowadays though, more advanced stuff will bash these games. That may be because those who grew up with those two, in my opinion, when you skip
white and black and white.
The whole beginning part, I still fucking stand by that. I think the Pokemon community absolutely sucks.
take a shot every time someone mentioned how much dialogue Sun and Moon has. Dialogue, that, but Sun and Moon, no. And now, after he did, but
The deepest the series got outside of fan games was
Also, when I first did the video, I thought my audio was fucking up, but no, it's actually his video audio doing this weird crack, and I'm like, I thought my audio was bad. Mine is still worse by a milestone, but still.
Black and White and Black and White 2.
yeah, let's forget about the abusive mother that verbally said stuff like,
Yeah, why is the screen so fucking blurred out? I had this entire idea of showing how I fucked up during a dancing game.
calling me mother? I don't have any children.
Like,
Certainly
yeah,
not
see?
any.
I only got one grade. I could have got an entire perfect, but I fucked up. And then I'm like, I'm gonna make a funny little edit backward, and I fucking screwed up and did nothing about it.
Wretched children who. How am I any different? Can't use. You remove it from.
Oh, funny story about this gameplay. I remember I was texting a fucking friend when I was playing this song, and then I got a full fucking perfect combo, and I'm like, I wasn't even trying. Also, I fucking hate the dancing games. Persona 5 dancing games are bad. Even the Dark Persona 3 one.
Your party, as you please. Or the guy that was okay with.
Oh yeah, I did not stop with the Chickmon voice. I keep using it, man. This is what I mean. Like, for some reason, I didn't even notice that. I completely forgot about this. You know, I did not fix it. Even in post editing, I was like, I did not notice it. I'm like, real professionalism.
Was it just me that some trials were hard? No. Just to clarify, my
Right,
real issue with
that.
this point is
Woo! Look!
Pokemon 20th anniversary.
Yeah, actually, most of
It's
the
gonna-
video is just me saying, yo, stop being old, man.
For like all
There's,
the video.
other than me being really, really bad at editing it, and for some reason I did the compression really bad, I was okay with this video. Even though I did plan an entirely separate fucking part of this video where I was freestyling, talking about how much I like Pokemon X and Y, I had no idea. Listening through that audio was like, whoa, I'm never gonna upload this.
The fact that he labels this point, I think his video was overly good. Please don't hate me in the comments. I like your videos. Like I said before, but there was just some stuff that gonna be a while to say the least. Generation, and your only point is that
Yeah, because there isn't much about this video. Like, for being my second one, I am disappointed. I could have done a much better job. But other than that, I was happy about it. Sure, it did not get as much traction as the the Dark Souls 2 one, but I'm still proud of it. The fact that both of the videos were made because I was fucking bitter. It's not even a joke. And the thing is, there was so many other stuff I wanted to do for the channel before going into military service. And like, when I first uploaded the video, I was so happy. I have so many other scripts I've written and even did some lines too. But the thing is, it was the start of the quarantine because of the pandemic, COVID-19. I went into a really bad procrastination because the gym closed down, schools weren't up anyway, so up as well. So it was like really hard. And the thing is, I did manage to break through the procrastination. When I procrastinate hard, I just get depressed and sleep for an entire day. But then I discovered Kingdom Hearts, and that just took all my fucking time. I do not regret it. I love Kingdom Hearts now. But still, I wish I could have done more. Which I have mentioned a lot. I am happy with the podcast. Sure, some of the podcasts are just me dying for 5 minutes straight. But the ones, even when I bring up my friend Brady Brazy, I am happy about them, especially the ones at the beginning. I don't want to revisit some, like, honestly, the audio for the beginning ones are like, whoa, no, thank you. Anyway, this is like a special 1 year anniversary, so wait. Which? Yeah, so it was like I made this sort of as a 1 year celebration of the channel overall. And no, the thing is though, I opened the channel around September, but I first uploaded a video in January of the next year. So I'm just considering the first day I uploaded the video as the anniversary, by the way. That's just me, by the way. But overall, the 2 videos I did and the podcast that I'm doing now, so I'm planning on ending the podcast once I'm done with the military service. I have like a little nice package of me going down through a spiral hell. But yeah, other than that, I am happy I'm starting this, and like, it's just the beginning. There's so much more out there. The little likes and comments I get makes me keep going, you know. Anyway, this time around, I'm planning on doing more with the tags. Like, that can make a big difference, my friend says. And I'm like, I'm gonna go all out. I'm gonna mention the fucking username. Maybe not. I don't know. I get nervous about this stuff when I talk about other people. Anyway, this week's podcast of Hear Me Scream, it was a little special. And next month, February, I do have something else planned, which I hope I can do right. Anyway, thanks for listening to this week one. Bye. Hope the audio doesn't fucking suck.